Hare Krishna. Today we are discussing 14.13. Before that, I'm going to do Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadankitam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganalal रघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवराधारी जय गिरिवराधारी यशोदनन्दन जय व्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन जय व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरां वनचारी यमुनातीरां वनचारी जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्जविहारी जय राधमाधव जय कुञ्जविहारी. Okay, today we are discussing Bhagavad Gita 14.13. अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोह एव च तमसि एतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन. अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोह एव च तमसि एतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन. Word to word meaning: aprakasa, that means darkness, that is opposite to illumination, which is prakasa. When we add letter A, then the word becomes opposite. And here you see this apostrophe s, right? When we put that, then we need to read apravrutti. That is why it's apravrutti here. That means inactivity. That is opposite to activity, which is pravrutti. And cha, that means and. Pramada, madness. Madness means insanity, like a craziness. And moha, illusion. Thinking this body is ourselves, like that is called illusion. We don't identify ourselves with the spirit soul, then that is moha. that means under illusion. Eva, certainly. Cha, also. So cha comes 2 times here, and it has little bit different meaning. Here it's and here it's also. In Sanskrit, each word can have multiple meanings. That is why we are reading differently here. And tamasi, that means the mode of ignorance. Etani, these. Jayante, are manifested. Vivrutte, when developed. Kurunandana, O son of Kuru. In this verse, Krishna is calling Arjuna as Kurunandana. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, we see Krishna calling Arjuna with many names, and sometimes Bharata and Parantapa, Gudakesa, Dhananjaya, Mahabahu, like that with many names. But Kuru, that means it's Kuru dynasty. He belongs to Kuru dynasty. Both Pandavas and Kauravas, they belong to Kuru dynasty. And Nandana means son. And we call Krishna Nanda Nandana, right? That means he's the son of Nanda Maharaj. And sometimes we call Yashoda Nandana, son of Yashoda, and Devaki Nandana, son of Devaki. Similarly, Krishna is calling Arjuna as Kurunandana. Translation: when there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested. Darkness, that means ignorance, lack of knowledge, and inertia, that means laziness, not doing any activity, inactivity, basically, and madness and illusion. In 14.11 and 14.12, we learned Krishna explained about people who are in sattva guna, sattvam, that is in the mode of goodness. People in the mode of goodness will have prakasha, that means illumination, knowledge of illumination. So this is opposite to aprakasa. And in 14.12, Krishna explained about people who are in rajasi, that means rajoguna, mode of passion. And here we see pravrutti, that means activity. This is opposite to apravrutti that earlier we discussed in our verse, that is 14.13. And so people who are in the mode of rajoguna, they always want to do something. They are very active. They are very ambitious. They always want to achieve something. But their activities are filled with lobha, which is greed. So lobha pravrutti arambha. So pravrutti means activity, arambha means endeavor. Their activities and endeavors are filled with lobha. And asamaspruha, that means uncontrollable desires. They will have uncontrollable desires. That is why they always want to do something. Which is completely different from people who are in the mode of tamasi, that means mode of ignorance. So these all are characteristics of people who are in the mode of ignorance. Aprakasa, inactivity, aprakasha, darkness, pravrutti, apravrutti, inactivity, pramada, madness, and moha, illusion. So these qualities will manifest when there is increase in the mode of ignorance. So when we call a person he is in the mode of ignorance, means he is not completely like 100% in the mode of ignorance. He could be like 60% in the mode of ignorance and 30% in mode of passion and 10% in mode of goodness. Or it can vary. It could be like 80% in the mode of ignorance. So depending on that, he is subjected to under illusion. Let's read the purport. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When there is no illumination, knowledge is absent. So even in the material, even to do material things, we need knowledge, right? We need to inquire something. We should have inquisitiveness to learn something. Then only we can do any material activity. To achieve material success also, we should have material knowledge. But here we are talking about spiritual knowledge. To get spiritual knowledge, when we are in the mode of ignorance, we don't show any interest. Like suppose, if when we do book distribution, if we approach a person who is in the mode of ignorance, and we ask him to take Bhagavad Gita, and obviously he will say no, right? Because he is in the mode of ignorance and he is not interested to learn anything like a spiritual knowledge. One in the mode of ignorance does not work by a regulative principle. Regulative principle means structured way of something, like a systematic way. And Bhagavad Gita is like a manual of life. To lead a successful, purposeful life, one should read Bhagavad Gita. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained a lot of regulative principles, like yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. That means we need to regulate our eating, sleeping, and also enjoying, like going to vacation, all of those things we should regulate. That is a regulative principle, right? And also we need to offer food to Krishna and then we need to eat. That is, Yagnasistasina hasanto muchyante sarva kilvishaihi bhunjate tvagam papa e pachanti atma karanat. So if you just make food and eat just for yourself, then you will get sin. So first offer to Krishna and then you need to eat. And also what we need to offer, that is also Krishna gave, like patram pushpam phalam toyam. So Krishna is telling we just need to offer a leaf, at least we need to offer a leaf, flower, water, like fruit, any of those with love, then he will accept. So all of these are regulative principles that we can learn from Bhagavad Gita. But a ignorant person who is in the mode of ignorance, he does not want to follow any of these regulative principles. Even in material things, he does not want to follow. Like suppose he got some sickness and he went to doctor. The doctor gives a prescription. You need to take this medicine these many times in this way you need to take. But the person in the mode of ignorance, he will neglect. He doesn't want to listen all of those. And the doctor might give a regulative principle of the regulative way of life, systematic way of life. You need to wake up at this particular time, you need to do some exercise, you need to follow a particular diet. You shouldn't eat some of these things like that. But obviously, he will just listen from one ear and everything goes from the other ear. He does not want to follow any of those. And he wants to act whimsically for no purpose. Suppose a drunkard, he wants to get rid of his drinking habit, and he goes to a counselor. They give counseling, right? Like they give a proper way in by following that, he can get rid of his drinking habit. Someone who is in the mode of ignorance, like maybe if he is in like 90% of mode of ignorance, then he will not follow. He will simply try to follow maybe, and then he will fail. But if the person is little bit less ignorant, that means maybe if he is in 60% ignorance and other like mode of passion and mode of goodness, maybe like 30, 20, something like that, then he will try. And eventually he can become free from drinking. And whimsically means, suppose a person who is very well educated materially, but if he is a smoker, he will still smoke, even though he is seeing those words like smoking is injurious to health. It is written on the pack of cigarettes, right? The manufacturer puts those words and he thinks, oh, my work is done. Now the consumer has to decide whether he wants to smoke or he doesn't want to smoke. It's up to him. It's up to his free will. But a smoker who is in the mode of ignorance, obviously, he will ignore those words. Smoking is injurious to health, and he will simply continue smoking. That is acting whimsically for no purpose. He just ignores, even though he knows everything. We tell these things in lectures, in temple. People hear, a lot of people come and a lot of people hear, but all of them are not following, right? So that is, even though they know, they're not actually putting into work. That is acting whimsically. Even though he has the capacity to work, he makes no endeavor. Some people are physically very strong, healthy, they can do so many things, but still materially also, they don't want to learn and they don't want to do anything. They just want to simply sit and watch TV, watch movies, or play video games. They simply waste time, even though they have physical strength and mental ability, like good intelligence, everything. They simply waste their time, and that is how they are wasting their valuable human birth. Because they always want to simply waste. They just want to don't do anything. They are not doing any endeavor for elevate themselves materially or spiritually. human birth is very, very rare and valuable. There are 8.4 million species of life, right? And in all of those forms, they cannot practice Krishna consciousness. Only a human can practice Krishna consciousness. You might think, oh, Gajendra is a devotee. He prayed, Lord, right? You can think, but that is an exception. He was a great devotee in his previous birth. And so as Jad Bharat Maharaj, when he was a deer, he still continued practicing Krishna consciousness, but that was an exception too. And also Manigriva and Nalakubera, there were trees, right? But still they practiced Krishna consciousness, but that's an exception too. So only a human form can make us practice Krishna consciousness. So we shouldn't waste this human form of life. And we need to do a lot of endeavor. When it comes to this endeavor, if a person wants to progress in Krishna consciousness, we need to be like very sincere, and our sincerity will attract Krishna. And this is a story about that one. A small bird lost its eggs in the ocean, and it requested the ocean to give her its eggs back. The ocean refused. So the little bird was so determined, and it decided to empty out the ocean by picking up a little bit water with its beak. And it was doing like that. And everyone was laughing at that little bird, because how can a tiny bird can empty out entire ocean? It's impossible, right? But this news went all the way to Garuda. But who is Garuda? Garuda is the king of all birds. He's so strong, we know, right? He carries Lord Vishnu on his back. That's strong he is. If he wants to empty out the ocean, he can do it in no matter of time. So Garuda came because he was so impressed by this little bird's effort and sincerity and determination. By seeing Garuda, the ocean got scared and give the bird her eggs back. Similarly, we need to try sincerely with all of our might. With all of our might. Then only we can please Krishna. And Krishna will reward according to our reciprocation. He will shower his unlimited mercy if we show unlimited dedication towards Krishna consciousness. ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां सदैव भजाम्यहं मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां सदैव भजाम्यहं मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वसः. So Krishna is telling he reciprocates according to our reciprocation. And whatever service we do in this life, it's not going to get wasted. Neha vikramana sosti pratyavayo na vidyate svalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even if we do little bit of service in this life, that will help us to get out of the most dangerous type of fear. And what is the most dangerous type of fear? It's not death. No. the most dangerous type of fear is getting back to this earth again, taking a birth again, coming back into this birth and death cycle again. That is the greatest fear. And even if we do a little bit of service, that will help us. So we all need to sincerely practice Krishna consciousness. Then only we can get out of this mode of ignorance. Although consciousness is going on, life is inactive. So how can we understand this is, in material way, he is very lazy, so he doesn't want to do anything. That is, life is inactive. But he might be thinking so many things in his head, like, I can do this, I can do that. Oh, that is so easy. He'll be like daydreaming. That is material understanding. But when it comes to spiritually, life is inactive means until we come to Krishna consciousness, life is dead. I came to Krishna consciousness 5 years ago. So whenever someone asks how old I am, I don't say I'm 5 years old, but I think in my head, I'm 5 years old. My life actually started 5 years ago. So until we are immersed in completely material things away from Krishna, that is, life is inactive. That is how we need to understand this. When we are in completely immersed in material things, we always think about how to satisfy our senses, how to satisfy our materialistic desires, how to enjoy, how to eat, like, we want to eat palatable dishes all the time. We want to go to vacation places, vacation spots, and we want to buy so many things for us, lots of clothes, jewelry, material things, all of those. That is similar to this picture. Here, this old lady is cleaning this cage very nicely, but she forgot to feed the bird. That is what we are doing when we are in the mode of ignorance. We forget that we are the spirit soul and we only focus on the body. But we don't need to worry that we are in the mode of ignorance. Wherever we are, wherever level, whichever level we are, we can start practicing Krishna consciousness. We can progress in Krishna consciousness by the easiest way is to associate with devotees. When we go to temple since regularly, we can take up any small service, like anything, whichever we really want to do, like cleaning, cooking, serving the devotees in the love feast, garland making, book distribution. Any small service will increase the mode of goodness and lower the mode of ignorance. And eventually, we will transcend this mode of ignorance to mode of goodness. Devotees are like touchstones. When we regularly associate, we can get their qualities slowly. Like example is, if we put an iron next to magnet. Slowly the iron will become magnet, right? Similarly, if we associate with devotees regularly, we hear from them about Krishna, about Bhagavad Gita. All of that hearing will cleanse our mind of material dust. All the anarthas will go. And slowly we will come to mode of goodness. And mode of goodness is not the highest, right? It is the stepping stone to pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva. And eventually one day we can reach that level and we will understand our real position. These are the symptoms of one in the mode of ignorance. So we understood these are all the symptoms, right? But we don't need to really worry that, oh, I have this symptom. What should I do? Just follow Krishna consciousness sincerely and we can transcend this mode of ignorance. So let us all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you.